Welcome to Bloomberg Quint. We're here to give you a gist of how the markets performed today. It was the third straight day of gains for the Nifty and the Sensex indices as a rally in the TCS shares sparked the big up move in the Nifty 50 index, which gained nearly 0.7%, ending near the day's high and managing to break that 8870 resistance, intraday resistance levels. But sector-wise, while metals were leading the rally, all sectoral indices were trading in the green, supporting positive market breadth. But Agam, we continue to see buying in the index futures.
Sure, we've certainly seen a spurt in the index futures. Now, the most important thing is there are a lot of technical analysts were expecting the Nifty to maintain strength should it hold above and sustain above the mark of 8850, and that's exactly what's happened, which means that there could be further upside when it comes to the Nifty. Based on that, we have seen a lot of longs building up in the Nifty futures as well as the Nifty bank futures. Also, let's take a look at what's happened in the options market. So firstly, we have seen more writing in the 8800 put and unwinding in the 8800 call now that we have moved fairly above that mark. And that also brings me to the maximum open interest. This range is now shifted from 8,500 on the lower end to 8,800. Of course, we're looking at an expiry which will happen this Thursday. So currently looking at a 200-point range, which is rather narrow. And on the whole, this could actually change with the kind of volatility that we will see throughout the week.
But rollovers continue to remain below average.
As of now, yes. I will still wait for the fine print, but at least until yesterday, we were really seeing too much pickup in the rollovers. But considering the fact that we have seen a strength in the Nifty, there is a possibility that rollovers will at least come back in line with the average that we've seen in the past 3 months.
All right, but the stock of the day clearly is TCS, 16,000 crore buyback at a premium of 14%, Agam.
Right, so at around 2,850, which is at a 14% premium to current market price around 2,500. Well, this is slightly above what the street was expecting. And of course, given the fact that this is more than 10% of the net worth, that means that they will need a shareholder's approval for the buyback. Whether or not this comes through, well, I don't think that's too much of an issue because a lot of analysts are saying that that's going to come through. They are going to use 16,000 crores in cash. They currently have cash worth around nearly 39,000 crores, so that's not an issue at all. But once again, we'll just keep an eye on whether or not we will see more strength in the stock, and that is likely given the fact that it is still 14% away from their buyback price.
Correct. So in terms of the stock price reaction, also just a chart that we want to show. This is the TCS stock price. The moment that announcement came up, you can see that the spike that the stock really saw. In fact, on similar lines, the yellow line, which is the stock of Infosys, that also took cues and spiked to as much as 1030 on hopes of similar announcements. So TCS and Infosys together, in fact, contributed 110 points to the 198 point rise in the Sensex. So that's as far as TCS and Infosys are concerned. Amongst the other Nifty movers, you had commodity names such as Tata Steel, BPCL and GAIL, which were leading the rally. Steel stocks, of course, were rallying on the back of anti-dumping duty on certain Chinese steel products. So confirmation basically coming in from the Central Board of Excise and Customs. So apart from Tata Steel, you also had names like JSPL and Bhushan Steel and similar steel manufacturers, which rose anywhere between 5 to 8%. Idea was seeing gains of 2.5% on the back of news that the Vodafone Idea merger might be sealed within a month's time. On the other hand, Axis, Bosch, Yes Bank and ITC were among the key laggards. But 20 stocks on Nifty 500 were trading at 52-week highs, and surprise names like GMR Infra and JP Associates also figured in that list.
So JP Associates is not a surprise because we've seen good gains building in all the JP
stocks
group
over
stocks.
The last few days.
But again, we've had nearly 3 gainers for 1 loser in the broader markets. And but let's address some of these key gainers. We have Marxist Pharma, which is locked in an upper circuit of 20% today. That's followed by DCB Bank, which is also gaining 10%. Punj Lloyd, Brigade Enterprises, Delta Corp, JSPL, GMR Infra, all of them gaining well over 7% in today's day of trade. With respect to losers, Havells India is down by as much as 3%. Investors perhaps are a little concerned about how they are going to use their cash and deploy their cash in their acquisition for Lloyd Electric's consumer division. Ramkrishna Forging also down 3%, followed by Gayatri Projects, AI Engineering, as well as Equitas Holding. But on the whole, it's been a good day for broader markets as well. We're keeping an eye on Ambuja Cements and its earnings. This is perhaps the last few earnings as far as the Nifty is concerned. But that is all that we have for today. Stay tuned in the Bloomberg Quint, and we'll see you tomorrow.